I have another amazing list of phrasal verbs, expressions, daily things which natives use in their speech to help you understand us and also to help them understand you better. So, let's begin. As you probably know by now, I like to make lists in my daily life. Lists which will benefit you, my subscribers. So what I do is when I'm talking to natives or watching the TV or listening to the radio or whatever, if I hear a useful phrasal verb, something which is maybe a little bit abstract, a bit different, something you wouldn't learn in school, but I know that natives use a lot in our daily lives, then I'll write them down and I'll share them with you in a video, and that's what I'm doing today. Now today, these are all things I've heard in the past few weeks, and they are mostly including the word up. Phrasal verbs with the word up, but also I have two really useful words / a phrase which you can use, which I'll do at the end of the video. So stay tuned for that. Now, as you know, usually I'm teaching pronunciation. I'm a pronunciation specialist and accent coach. And if you do want to improve your British accent to sound British and to have a British accent, you can join my pronunciation course by clicking the link in the description below, and then you can become my student. But if you're just here for some casual learning and you want to learn some phrasal verbs and some expressions, then let's get started. And we're going to start with something my sister said to me not long ago. Now, this was about her son, my nephew. He's young and he was crying. He was very upset and annoyed because he wanted something which she couldn't give him. He just wanted something. He was very annoyed, and you know what kids are like. When they want something, they will cry, they will scream, they will shout. And my sister said to me, "Elliott, he's playing up again," or "he's been playing up all morning." To play up simply means to be making a fuss, to make a fuss, to be angry, to cry, to scream, to shout, to argue, just to cause a big fuss over something which you're annoyed about or upset about. So, to play up. Really useful, very common phrasal verb. You don't have to just say it about kids, you can say it about adults too. Maybe an adult might play up because they are fed up of something. Fed up. Fed up. Now, before we continue on and explain what fed up means, I want you to listen to how I say it. Fed up. Now, I'm not leaving a gap between those two words. They're almost becoming one word, fed up. The reason why, and the same goes for play up before as well. Most phrasal verbs, the first word will end with a consonant, and the next word tends to usually begin with a vowel. So this means that we can connect our speech. This is called linking. We borrow the last consonant from the end of the first word and we bring it on over to the beginning of the next word. Fed up, fed up. So it becomes one nice word, really, a group of sounds, fed up. But what does it mean to be fed up of something? It means you've had enough. Maybe something has really been annoying you, or just something has happened and it's really just made you fed up. You've had enough. You don't want any more. You're down, you're sad, and you're just fed up. So for example, I heard this from one of my students the other day. He was practicing a sound with me and he's really, really struggling. He's from China and he's really, really struggling with learning the sound. And we've been talking on WeChat. Now, when you join my course, you can talk to me on WhatsApp or WeChat if you're in China. And he was sending me voice messages, practicing with the lessons in the course, and he kept saying this particular sound wrong. And at the end, he just said, "Elliott, I'm fed up. I'm fed up. I've had enough of this sound." And this simply means I'm sick of the sound. I don't want it anymore. I don't want to deal with it anymore. It's just annoying me now. Now, luckily, I convinced him to keep trying, and now he's actually pronouncing it very, very well. But I was very impressed that he used fed up. And I said, "How did you know that phrase?" He said, "Well, I watch lots of British TV, and I heard this phrase, this phrasal verb, and I really like it." How about dress up? Dress up. So lots of people think dress up means just to put clothes on, but actually, for natives, it's slightly different. If there's an event, let's say a party, I've been invited to, I will want to know if I need to dress up for the party. So I might ask someone, do I need to dress up for this party? And that simply means, do I need to wear something formal, maybe a shirt and a tie and a jacket? For ladies, maybe a dress and some heels. That's what dressing up is. It means to wear something more formal rather than casual attire. So that's what we might ask someone, do I need to dress up? Or for example, we had a great wedding last week. Everybody was dressed up. Everybody looked fantastic, so dress up. But also you can dress up in a costume. Let's say you're going to a Halloween party. That could be a dress up event where everybody has to dress as ghosts, zombies, vampires. To dress up in a costume is also a way of using that phrasal verb. So tell me, do you enjoy dressing up for smart occasions, wearing a nice suit, tie or dress? Or are you more of a person who likes to dress down, to wear things which are a little less formal? Let me know in the comments below. Do you prefer to dress up or dress down for an occasion? Next is makeup. Now, I'm not talking about the makeup you put on your face to make your features look accentuated and beautiful. I'm talking about making up a story. That's the first one, to make up a story. If you make up a story, it means that you're creating something which isn't true, it's not real. So for example, telling lies. He was making it all up. That means he was pretending. None of it was real. He created this story. So you could say it in an argument, say to someone, stop making things up. That's not true. And it means to create things which are not true, to say things which are not true. Okay? And you could make up a story, create a story of things which are not true. But also you can make up with someone after an argument. So it's similar to break up. If you break up with someone, that's when you are in a relationship with someone, you are together, you're partners, and then you break up, meaning you stop being lovers, okay? But let's say you've broken up, but now you've decided, actually, after some time apart, you now want to make up. That means to get back together, but it can also mean to become friends again after an argument, or to say you're sorry, make up, okay? To say things to each other, to make it better, to make up, okay? So you can make up a story, you can break up with someone, and you can make up with them. Now, one other word which I thought was really useful, I heard this on the news the other day, and this was someone saying that they were gobsmacked. I was gobsmacked when I found out the news. Gobsmacked. Okay, so firstly, gob. This is actually a word. This is a slang word for mouth, your gob. Okay, so I'm talking right now and noises are coming out of my gob. Smack. What does it mean to smack? That's a smack. So gob, smack, is a bit like when we're shocked or can't believe something. So to be gobsmacked means to be shocked, surprised, you can't believe something. Okay? I'm gobsmacked. I can't believe it. And finally, this one's very, very hard to explain, so please bear with me. And this is when somebody says, he turned around and said. You've probably heard this before somewhere and had no idea what people are saying. But let's say I'm explaining to my friend about a conversation I had with a stranger on the street. And this stranger was just casually talking to me. And then we were talking about politics, about Brexit, British stuff. We were just having a nice chat. And then he turned around to me and he said, "Are you ETJ English?" He turned around to me and he said, this is something we use when we want to kind of suddenly change what we're talking about. So we'll be building up the story, building up the conversation which we're having, and then we want to say to our listener, and after all of this conversation, he turned around and said, and usually it will be something shocking which they've said, or something weird, or something very, very complicated, or something very different to what we were originally talking about. Usually it's something with some kind of impactful result. When somebody turns around and says, I know my explanation isn't the best, it's probably one of the hardest expressions to actually explain. It's just something we do. We just say, he turned around and said. And that's it. Those are my, it's only a few phrasal verbs and a few expressions. But it's amazing how much detail you can go into, and we haven't even started on the pronunciation yet. If you are looking to improve your accent and you want to have a British pronunciation like mine, then you can join my course at etjenglish.com or click the link in the description below. And as I said, as well as having the course, which basically teaches you everything you need about pronunciation, it's all recorded lessons and downloadable files with me. You'll also have me on WhatsApp or WeChat to send voice messages to and talk to whenever you want. So all in all, it's the perfect formula for learning an accent. If not, then please stick around on my YouTube channel, learn some more little short lessons about pronunciation and British English. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and give me a big thumbs up if you enjoyed this lesson. Thanks very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Cheers guys. Bye.